So where are we going today?
All right, so today we're gonna head down to Newport Beach in Orange County to do a podcast interview with this amazing young lady that I met at a networking event in Santa Monica. She has an incredible story. Get more into that in a little bit, but that's where we're at. We're headed down there. It's early morning in LA. We got about an hour drive. I'm excited to go down there and interview her for the podcast, the How to Battle podcast.
So how did you meet the person that you're about to go interview today?
Yeah, so Clara Wood, I met her parents at a networking event, like I mentioned, called Hawk Media Network event. They're a marketing company that I'm thinking about partnering with, and I met her parents there, Bettina and Carlo, and I started talking to them, and this is the thing, like, I saw Carlo, which is her dad, looking at a bookshelf of books. And I went over there and I sparked conversation with him. I said, hey, so you see anything you like? And then we started talking about books. And then I asked him, like, well, what do you do? And he told me about his daughter. His daughter's a YouTuber and she does Instagram. And I'm like, yeah. And I looked at the site and we just started communicating, and bam, I told him about my podcast. I was like, you think she would want to be interviewed? Because we interview people who have overcome or are going through battles. And then we just got deeper into it, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. And then her mom came, and I met her and the mom, and we connected, followed up, and now I'm heading down there to interview her. And Clara has an amazing story. She had a stroke while she was in her mom's womb. She was born. They didn't know anything was wrong with her at first until I believe she was about 2 years old, and her mom started to notice things that she wasn't doing that other 2-year-olds were doing. And so she took her to the doctor, and they said that she had a small laceration on her brain due to stroke, and that she would never walk, she would never talk, she would never do anything. She'd be a vegetable. So the mother, she just refused to take that as to accept that. And Clara now is an artist. She's an entrepreneur, understands 3 languages. Amazing. So when you talk about how to battle, she's living it. She's dealing with something that most people wouldn't know how to deal with or be able to even do something great from, like they're doing. So it's amazing. It's an opportunity to be able to interview her, and it fits perfect with what we're trying to do with How to Battle, is show like just people who've overcome or overcoming challenges and aren't letting them define them or hold them back, but letting them actually propel them forward and still be happy and successful. So going to interview her in Newport Beach at her office, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
What are you really looking forward to, though, throughout this whole interview?
I think I'm looking forward to just like learning more about Clara, talking to her parents, just kind of seeing where they want to go next with it. She's accomplished so much. She's a great artist. She has art all over the world. Just to hear about her story, and she's so young, so it's like to just imagine where she's going to be in like 20 years or something. It's going to be crazy, but I'm looking forward to really getting to know her more.
So what's your point of view on the word disabled?
I think my point of view on that would be like everybody in some way has a disability. Some are just more extreme than others. Maybe just coming from a certain neighborhood could be a disability to a certain degree, because people won't even give you an opportunity because of like where you come from, what you look like. But I think that when we look at the word disability and we don't connect that that's a reason for us to make excuses or a reason for us to not be successful or accomplish things, I think that's the most important thing, is not letting the disability define who we are, our success, or where we go in the future. So that's my view on disability, and I feel that people like Clara, who obviously have disabilities, who could still go out there and be artists, entrepreneurs, and successful, it's like no excuse, right? There's no excuses. And so I love that, and I love her story and her message, and I'm very excited to be able to learn more about her. business when you have to be on the go, on the move, go do podcasts in different places an hour away. Well, a lot of it is just being productive. So I always bring my backpack with my laptop. Sometimes I'll pull over somewhere if I have to do a meeting. Obviously, a lot of the stuff I do is on here. Use a lot of voice text, communicating with potential clients, new people, but also I utilize my time very wisely. Every minute counts. So when I have breaks through in my day, like if I have a 15-minute window, I always carry a book with me. So if you're trying to stay productive, always keep a book with you, your car, your bag, your pocket, because when you have that time, read your book, right? Always using time wisely. And also preparing for a role that I'm playing in a film coming up by my friend Bryson, who's actually doing the filming here today. And so just reading my lines when I get a chance, studying them, practicing them, being productive, right? And that's just how you have to operate as an entrepreneur, right? I mean, you want to get focused work, obviously, when it's like the things that you really need to focus on. But also, when you're building a business and you're an entrepreneur, you have to be able to use all your time wisely in some way, do multiple things, right? I'm not a big fan of multitasking. I feel you don't give your best work to it, but I have the ability, and I've always been this way, to just get focused quick and then get unfocused quick. So it's one of my gifts. But so I'm going in here to do this podcast with Clara. Brought him some gifts. Super excited. How you doing, man? Yeah, man. How are you? Good to see you. So happy. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Bryson.
I'm Bryson.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Hi,
Hello,
Bettina.
Bryson.
This is Bryson. He's my friend and
Claire.
videographer.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you so much
for
for having
coming.
us here. Yeah, it's good. I brought you some gifts.
Oh my.
All right. So I got you a How to Battle hat, because you truly represent what it means to battle, like, and that's what this podcast is all about. And some t-shirts. So I got medium and large for you guys. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. You guys are amazing. So nice. So awesome.
My mom, my wife just sent me home. Said,
There you go.
Get dressed decently.
Nice, right?
This is Bettina's
Hi.
corner where she rents a desk. This is a things that you can have it like this. And you can rent a desk.
Okay, cool. So yeah.
And then it's on the other side.
Yeah.
Everything from
This is so cool.
this thing that this is called. And then it's she's Carlos has done one on a time commissions to go in prisons. But if there's a continuous work, it's very, very wonderful because then you build a tie.
Help
and
the
then
kids.
There's a whole other dimension. And juvenile, how long it took to drive down to this morning?
Just 1 hour. Yeah, from Los
because
Angeles.
It was over the rush hour.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. It's a great
Because
time.
sometimes it can take 2 hours if we catch the rush hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too deep.
Yeah.
And
Right. Yep. My best friend's ring he wore it when he committed suicide. And when I was 16, he killed himself, and he had this ring on, and I always wear it because I take him with me. Yeah. So it's powerful. He was a very good man. He was young. He's 19, young man, but he taught me a lot, and he's my best friend. So I always wear it for him.
oh, we want to go there at the heater.
Okay.
Hey, come on.
Let's get a picture. Come on. There we go. There we go. So we got to get you in here too with the How to Battle. Ready? 1, 2. Yeah. We should have.
Warm up very fast, Clara.
We should have brought coats, huh?
I will take them.
To me, and I said everybody in some way has a disability, right?
Yeah.
It could be a circumstance, a place you come from, an actual physical thing, but it's like that disability can be your strength in a way, right? Like I come from, I did 17 years in prison, you know, I went in when I was very young, and like now I use that as a strength, like the experiences I went through, I use that like to develop a platform. And so Clara, like you now, like you are an amazing person and you've turned your disability into a strength. Like, tell me a little bit about your work as an artist. When did you first like know you loved art, and what does it mean to you, and how is it important when it comes to your art? I don't know, man.
How you feel?
I don't know, it's still like, it's hard to explain, you know? I think like experiences like that, like interviewing like somebody like Clara, it's like you walk away from that and you can't ever like your level of gratitude and just like appreciation and it just changes. Like moments like that are like instantly just change you. Like you encounter people like that who there's no excuses.
Right.
Like when I see her and her family and what they're doing, it just makes me feel like you know, we shouldn't complain about anything, right? In whatever situation, whatever card you're dealt, it's no excuse for not finding your purpose and pursuing that and creating a meaningful life. That's like a perfect example of that with her.
Right. What do you think about the fact that, because you know, in the medical field, she's missing the left side of her brain, right? Which is supposed to contain the analytical side, comprehending information and stuff like. But she's doing that, though she can't speak the English language. She's still comprehending these things. Like, what do you think of how fascinating that is?
Well, I remember learning one time that like if you develop, like people have brain damage or something like that, or part of their brain isn't functioning, then your brain actually gets stronger in other areas. So I think that's where like she gets her like artistic skill and just her the way she is. It comes because she's developed more in other parts of her brain. So if anything, it's like she's a part of her. It's a disability, but it's also a strength because now she's in like this amazing person who creates art and has like empathy and compassion for others despite her situation. It's like it's just crazy when you think about it. So I think that the body finds a way to like make up for what's lost, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's another thing, like, you know, for her, this wasn't like just an interview. It's like she feels like now she's made another friend. And it's not like a business. Like I've went and done interviews with people and you get that sense, or even just talking to people and you get that sense like, okay, this was a business thing and that's it. But when like come to Clara and her parents, it's like they make you feel like family. They make you feel like a friend. Like it's deeper than that to them. So, I mean, I love that. That's what it's all about, is meeting great people. I mean, that's a gift within itself.
Right. So, what is this newfound enlightenment that you're walking away with?
Man, well, I think just reconfirming that like there's just great people in this world who generally just want to like help and be able to utilize what they have to inspire others. And I know that there's people out there that do that, and I see it all the time, but it's different when you actually meet the people in person and you like just connect with them and you're like man, you just want to see them be successful in what they do. So but also, you know, with Clara, it's like looking at her and just maintaining this positive outlook and just wanting to do what she loves, which is art. And just like her energy is also something that I needed to be reminded of. But just every single day, you know, being able to wake up and do what you love to do, I think is so important. And really, every human being should strive for that, because once you like find something you're passionate about and you love to do, everything else in your life just seems to become better, even difficult times. A lot of people feel like, oh, there's security in you know, having a job that I hate or doing something that I hate. Yeah, there is some security to a certain degree, but how do you know? What's to say that you go to work one day and they fire you? You know, you don't have control of that. You know, like they can go bankrupt. You know, there could be layoffs, and then what? So in a sense, I think the most secure thing you can do is find what you love to do and just keep doing it, as difficult as it is, because you're gonna figure a way. If it's something you're passionate about, you'll figure a way to make money doing it. So it just reconfirmed me that like I just keep going and keep doing what I'm doing, and don't be pulled in directions that don't align with my goals. So
right.
Yep.